Steph Curry, best point guard of all time. That me up, my man. I saw that you guys got you got some content together. How did that happen?
They took us to a Warriors game, and then after the game, we go back into the suite, and then Steph Curry walks in. He's like, "Yo, what's up, y'all? Where's everybody from?" He signed everyone's stuff, took pictures, just super cool dude. And then as he's walking out, I was like, "Hey, like, would you want to do a TikTok?" And he was like, "What's a TikTok?" I show him the TikTok, and he's like, "Let's do it, bro." I was starting businesses since I was young. I wanted to start the business, but my mom was like, "If you're gonna start the business, we're gonna go all in." And I wanted to do a dog walk business. So we made these flyers, we made business cards, we made pamphlets, and I walked around the whole neighborhood and just put them up on every single door. And then I had like clients around the neighborhood, and I was walking dogs, but I quit because I was getting like, $3 a walk, $5 a walk. But it definitely instilled that hustler mentality in me for sure. I hit the top of the backboard. It went super viral. So I shot from the corner. Everybody stood up. They're throwing threes up. Like, everyone's excited. This is the first time I checked into a varsity basketball game. It hit the top of the backboard, went flying in the air. Everybody laughing.
I saw that on TikTok.
Yeah. Low key, that was the start of my career. It's really about consistency. Like, from the day that I was 10 years old and I started making those skits, you can't go on my page and find like more than a week of me not posting. For the past 8 years of my life, like, I haven't missed a week of posting.
What's up, scorers? Welcome back to the channel. Like, before we start, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. We want to keep getting amazing guests. And today is nothing short of that. We got, that's right, another baller, another hooper, and social media sensation, Quincy Helsel. Please welcome.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you having me, bro.
I should say, please welcome Quincy Helsel. My fault, brother. How are you?
Oh, no, you good.
Thanks for coming on, bro. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the love. So, I've been seeing you all online, and you're doing big things, amazing things. First off, tell me, man, where are you from?
So, I was born in LA actually, but I moved to Denver like real young, like 2 years old. I grew up in Denver. So, that's, a big part of my whole everything. I want to, put on for the Colorado basketball scene, put on for my city, show love to where I'm from. So I grew up in Denver, but then I moved out to Vegas, and now I stay in Vegas. And also Atlanta for the overtime stuff. I kind of go back and forth, but always got that home in Denver. My mom still live out there. I go out there once, twice a month. Like, I'm always home. But yeah, Denver, Colorado, man, that's my city.
No, I used to live out in Colorado. I went to school out in Colorado. I went to a school called Adams State in Alamosa. So I know.
Oh, that's Denver. Crazy. I have a friend who goes to Adams State.
Word? That's yeah. I rarely ever hear that. I rarely ever hear guys going to Adams State. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So tell me, man, you went from Colorado to Atlanta, right?
Yeah, Colorado to Vegas to Atlanta, and now kind of just like a little bit of back and forth action.
Yeah, how's the culture shock with that as far as Colorado and Atlanta? Like, what's the major changes?
Man, look, this is what I'll say. When I moved from Denver to Vegas first, and that move, it was a little bit of like a culture shock. I was like, it's a little bit different. But it was like, the West Coast vibe is kind of like the same as like, so like I kind of flowed, met people. Like, it wasn't, it wasn't too different. Got to Atlanta, man. It's a whole different world. I didn't know.
For sure.
I didn't know. And it took me a few months to get adjusted and everything. Like, really, like, be able to be good. But after that, like, it's really opened my eyes because now, I can flow with, people on the West Coast and the South, East Coast. Like, I'm cool all over. But like at first, man, I was, man, it was a whole different world down there.
Man, Atlanta is definitely a vibe, and there's definitely a difference from Atlanta to Colorado and even Vegas. I mean, it's an all-night city.
All night. Sure.
So I know you down there having a lot of fun.
Yeah, a little bit, something like that.
That's what I like to hear. What made you start? So what got you started in basketball? So when was the first, like, how old were you when you started? Who put the ball in your crib? What happened?
So yeah, as a kid, I was in like a lot of sports. I was playing soccer at like 3, hated it. I played everything you could think of, and then my mom put me in basketball at like 5, and I just absolutely loved it. So I was playing basketball and hockey from like 5 to 10, and like it was really like it was a real debate, like if I liked hockey more, if I liked basketball more. And then I remember I thought it was the biggest decision of my life. At 10 years old, I decided I was like, I'm giving up hockey. I'm going all in on basketball, and yeah, from there, I was just completely focused on basketball, grinding, getting them early morning workouts in. And like, shout out to my mom for really she put in so much into it. Like, when I really wanted to take something serious, she would put 100% effort behind it. So I was in the gym with trainers at 4 a.m. You know what I'm saying? We was figuring whether she had to bring me to the gym, whether, you know what I'm saying, I had to get an Uber, a coach to come pick me up. But I started really taking it serious at like 10. And thanks to my mom, like, I really got the opportunities and like the people around me to help me grow and become like a really, you know what I'm saying, decent, good basketball player.
Yeah, so I checked out your TikTok. When I checked, read a little bit of your story, or saw a little bit of your story, and you shout your mom out a lot. Did she play any basketball or anything? Or you
Nah, she never hooped, but the one thing she did do that really inspires me is like she's just a go-getter with like everything that she does. Like her mindset is just like a go-getter mentality. Like she's just gonna get to it, she's gonna get it done, spontaneous, you know what I'm saying? She travels all the time, all that stuff. So like it kind of fed over to me. Now I'm traveling all the time. Like we'll go link up in like different. It's super cool to be able to like,
No, that's
yo, mom,
dope.
LA this weekend. Like, you want to meet me in LA? She'll be like, oh yeah, I'll be there in LA. Like, I'll see you there. So I kind of got that like mentality where it's like just like live life to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Go as hard as you can, chase your dreams, unapologetically be yourself. Like I got that all from her.
Oh, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big mama's boy myself, man. My mom was a like your mom, a go getter, always working, always putting work in, and I think that's where I got some of my work ethic from. So tell me about how did that work ethic being installed from your mom help you on the basketball court?
For sure. I mean, it helped me a lot. Obviously, I was going hard. So shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody who really helped me along the journey. But my coach, John Hawkins, man, he really, you know what I'm saying, did a lot for me. And my mom, he was my coach my freshman year. And my mom got me with him, you know what I'm saying, training consistently. He would come pick me up, you know what I'm saying, mornings, 4 a.m. We go work out. But seeing my mom work so hard for her dreams and work so hard to like, you know what I'm saying, give this life to me, like it kind of poured over into my work ethic on the basketball court where it was just like putting in that work. And but yeah, it's a lot to do with the people that she put me around. Like my trainer, who trained me all throughout high school and like a little bit of middle school and stuff. I don't know if you know Dalton Connect. He played for the Lakers right now.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Who don't know
Yeah,
Dawson Connect?
yeah, we from the same city, so that's his trainer as well. And like there would be sessions where I'm training with while Dalton's at JUCO, like I'm training with Dalton and like you know what I'm saying, training with these other guys who are at you know what I'm saying, high level schools, guys at CU, guys that you know what I'm saying, playing pro overseas, like all these guys. Like I was in the workouts with these guys, so her, you know what I'm saying, putting me in the situation to be able to do that and seeing all these guys and the work ethic that it takes to get to that level, it kind of just all came over, translated to my game, and put that work ethic into me. But also, it wasn't only on the court, that work ethic, you know what I'm saying, spilled into business, spilled into content, everything. Cause I've been doing this since I was young. Like content started at like 10. I was starting businesses at like 8. They weren't that good, but I had my first like actual kind of successful business at like 14. So the work
What
ethic.
business was that? What business was that?
So I had a clothing line called Vertex, and you know what I'm saying, it did kind of good for a little bit. We got a lot of sales. We, you know what I'm saying, we're going pretty viral on TikTok. Like at the time we had like 12,000 followers, but like that, like back then to me, like, you know what I'm saying, I had zero or you know what I'm saying, 1,000 followers on my main page. So we ran up 12,000 on there, you know what I'm saying, got a couple hundred sales. Like we're able to really make something shake and it actually worked out. But I was starting businesses since I was young. I remember my mom, she was like, or I wanted to start the business, but my mom was like, if you're gonna start the business, we're gonna go all in. And I wanted to do a dog
Mm.
walk business. So we made these flyers, we made business cards, we made pamphlets, and I walked around the whole neighborhood and just put them up on every single door. And then I had like clients around the neighborhood and I was walking dogs, but I quit because I was getting like, you know what I'm saying, $3 a walk, $5 a walk.
Oh
So
yeah, that's crazy.
it wasn't,
That's a little different from selling clothes, for
nah, for
sure.
sure, for sure. But it definitely instilled that hustler mentality in me for sure.
And you like you said, the work ethic transferred over to your content. Now you are a social media sensation. Tell me when did you start? When did you realize, yo, I can take this serious? Like this basketball influencer role that I have. This is it right here. When did you realize that?
For sure. I would say I probably realized that around 15, but like it started at like 10. So like I always wanted to be an influencer. I always wanted to like, you know what I'm saying, do something like be in front of the camera. I wanted to be an actor, all that stuff. So I was making these really, really bad YouTube videos and they were skits. and they were so terrible. Like, I can't even watch them. They're so cringy. But
What made him terrible though? Because I think people need to know what makes a YouTube video terrible. 'Cause they
what
might not know that. They might not know their
you,
video terrible.
I think really what it was, I was young, so you know what I'm saying. It was really corny. It was the jokes were unfunny. The editing was terrible. Like it was just low, a little bit of low. It was high effort, but if you look back, you would think it was low effort. And
Right.
it just wasn't, you know what I'm saying, a production. But doing that taught me so much. I learned how to edit. I learned how to like do certain things. I learned how to make skits and do all that. And this was kind of preparing me. So I started doing those at 10, and they were really bad. We just did them with my friends. Like we were making movies and stuff. Like I was posting consistently, like once or twice a week. Like I'm getting a skit up thinking it's like my job. I'm excited to see 50 views. Then I get to like
Hmm.
12, and I would say like I got a breakthrough on YouTube. In my mind at the time, like I got like 1,000 subscribers. I was getting like 200 views a video. I'm thinking like, okay, like people are
Yeah.
actually watching me. And so then I translated over to TikTok, had a little bit of a blow up on another page that I have called Trendsetter Q. And that kind of like, you know what I'm saying? There's ups and downs, ups and downs. And then when so the whole like, you know, I was making content, making skits, doing this, but I was trying a ton of different things. Like not all of it was basketball content. So like there's some skits about school, there's skits about this, that, like it's literally I'm just trying content. I just want to blow up. And then I hit the top of the backboard. It went super viral. So I shot from the corner. Everybody stood up. They're throwing threes up. Like everyone's excited. This is the first time I checked into a varsity basketball game. My first time ever checking into a varsity basketball game, my sophomore year. And it hit the top of the backboard, went flying in the air.
I
Everybody
saw that. I
clapping.
saw that
Yeah,
on TikTok.
yeah. And it
Was
was,
it?
yeah, yeah,
You had a caption on that that says something like, and I'm paraphrasing. I could be completely wrong, so correct me. The shot that ended your career or something like that.
yeah. Or like, nah, low key, that was a shot that started my career. It
Oh,
started my
really? Okay.
content. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Started my content career. Sometimes I like joke about it. And, like I probably did post something saying like this ended my career, but that was years ago. So like it was probably just a little joke video that I made. But that video right there, I posted on my other account because I was too embarrassed to post it on my main account. So my main account had 40,000 followers. I'm too embarrassed to post this. I'm posting this on my spam account with 2,000 followers. I post it, it blows up. I realize I'm like, yo, this could really be the breakthrough if I can use this video to really like push my other content. So if I can incorporate this video of hitting the top of the backboard into my skits, into everything that I'm doing, people are going to stay. In all the comments, like you're dragging it, you're posting it too much, but all those comments are making more views, more likes, more reach. So I'm gaining
Right.
followers and I'm doing it for 2 months. Like I promise you, if you go to that part of my page, it was like January 2022. Like I post like 60 videos straight where it's like the video would be like a good video. It'd be a skit. It'd be a funny video, like all that. And then it would somehow tie back to the shots. Like one of them was like, today I'm going to
Uh,
teach you how to be a great shooter. It's a minute long video of like a skit of me like teaching you to be a shooter. And then it's like, this is the result. And it hits the top of the backboard, blows up just because that backboard part's in there. But I get to like
that's a
showcase
gem. That's a gem right there.
exactly. So I get to showcase my video. And that's what I tell all my friends, all my people in content that I know is like, when you get something, run with it. Because like now you look at me, you know what I'm saying? You look at Quincy Helsel and it's like, oh, you're the guy with the top of the backboard. Like I had no clue. Like I saw that video a few years back, but in the moment I was like, oh, you're the guy who's dragging it. You're doing too much. No one remembers it now, but that's the only reason I'm here today because that gave me the numbers, that gave me the audience. And then that's when I got my first brand deal with True Height. I only had like 15,000 followers. And I remember I made a video for them before they even reached back. And I said it went like it got like 3,000 likes, 4,000 likes. I sent it to them and I was like, this is what I can do for your guys' company. And they were like, yo, we love that. We'd love to pay you $25. And I'm like, yeah, bet, let's do $25. And then from there, you know what I'm saying? That partnership obviously turned into a lot more than $25. And you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Doing ads and all that is a lot more than that. But that was like the start that really pushed everything. And it's really about consistency. Like from the day that I was 10 years old and I started making those skits, you can't go on my page and find like more than a week of me not posting. Like there's times where like maximum like 5-6 days there won't be a post going up, but like for the past 8 years of my life, like I haven't missed a week of posting. And so people think, you know what I'm saying, they can get up a post a month, get up a post, you know what I'm saying, every 2 weeks and stuff. Like, you know, when I was like really, really coming up, and I'm not saying I made it or anything, I'm nowhere near. Like I still got a long way to go. But when I was really, really grinding and when I was getting that breakthrough, I was mad at myself if I wasn't posting twice a day. Like if I missed a day of posting, I remember I got a 3-day TikTok ban, or not like ban, but like, you know, when they restrict you from posting, I was
Yeah.
restricted from posting for 3 days. And I thought my
You
career
posted
was
that much?
Yeah. I thought my
Like
career was
at
gonna be
what
over.
point do you like at what point do they give you that band though? Like how many did you post that day?
It's when you make like when you get like a violation or something. So I did like I
Oh,
don't know
okay,
what
okay,
the video
okay.
was, but it violated like community guidelines, and they're like you can't post for 3 days. And I genuinely thought my career was gonna be over. I was like, oh my god, like this like it's gonna kill the momentum. Like I'm gonna be done. Like it's like I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is horrible. And that's 3 days of posting. A lot of people will go 3 days without even content slipping their mind. They're like, oh, I forgot that I'm a
Mm,
content creator. Like every second of every day, like you got to look at yourself as like a content creator. Like that's how I look at myself. And that's, you know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna pay off in the long run because it's every day and every moment. I remember I was with my friend and we were in the backyard and we were talking about something. And I'm like, yo, that could
that's
be
so nice.
viral. And she told me, she was like, you always say that, like everything we talk about, you always say that. And I was like, it's just a mindset. Like anytime there's something that like I think could be viral, it's like that could be viral. I'm writing that down and like I'm gonna go recreate that and try and like make it something that's viral. And that's been my mindset for the past 8 years. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of viral moments. If you go look through my
What
page, like,
at what point I am sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just
oh, you
want to
good,
make
you
sure
good.
that we touching all base here. So
Yeah.
when you where at what point did you know you can like that you can make money off this? Like
Yeah.
before
So
because for me, I mean, I'm older than you. So just sitting back and just holding my phone looking at Instagram, I just thought people were just making videos for attention. I didn't really think it was more a lucrative thing.
yeah,
What
no,
point
for
did you know?
sure. For sure. Well, one thing I want to say before I get into that is if you're an aspiring, not you, but the audience, if you're an
Mhm.
aspiring content creator, don't do it for the money. A lot of people get into it thinking like, hey, like this is a quick bag.
Absolutely.
No, you got to do it for the passion of it, and the money is a reward that comes with it. But around
Facts.
15 is when I started to get, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of consistent money. It
Mhm.
started off with that, you know what I'm saying, $25 sponsorship, which turned into, you know what I'm saying, 50, and then more consistent is a couple hundred. Now I'm making, a couple hundred a week, and then it turns to 1,000. And then that's when I really realized like I wasn't making too much money, but I was like, if I really go all in on this, I can really make money. So at that point, what I was doing was I had a business where I managed companies' TikTok. So I was doing this for True Height, Origin Sport, Air App. I had like 7 businesses where I managed their TikTok pages, post for them, all that. And it would be like, okay, we'll pay you $600 a month to post 20 videos, but they don't go on my page, so it's just on their page. So I would wake up in the morning, I would knock these out, get all these videos done for all these companies, post, and then you got to, you know what I'm saying? You do the math. If one company's paying me 600, you got one paying 1,000, one paying 500, all this. Now I'm starting to make $4,000 a month at 15. And I'm like, okay, and it's not even off sponsorships, it's more so off of like this business that I started. So I'm really like, okay, this could really be something that's serious. And then as time progresses, goes on, I started to get bigger and bigger. And then companies start coming to me with, hey, we'll pay you, you know what I'm saying, X amount of dollars to come out and do this, or we'll pay you, you know what I'm saying, $10,000 to do this video for our company. And it gets like there and there and there. And then that's when I really realized like 15, 16, I was like, yeah, this is like, I'm going to take this all the way. And a lot of people told me like it wasn't going to work. Like teachers told me I should go to college. Like people told me I need a plan B, but like I just knew like after seeing my first like $5,000 off content, I
Mhm.
knew that I was gonna make it into something and just be able to take it to a whole level that could change my life.
So content took you far, and now you're working with overtime, right?
Yo, yo.
What's your role with overtime? They flew you out to Atlanta. They taking care of you. I mean, you're doing big things with the athletes. How are you helping overtime with your role?
What's up, scorers? Are you having a hard time getting recruited? As a former basketball player, I know this process can be tough, but Scout Us makes it easier. If you're a high school athlete and you want more eyes on you outside of high school and AAU opportunities, I highly suggest you sign up to Scout Us College. You get to build your profile, upload highlights, and this part is my favorite. You get AI breakdowns, connect you with recruiters nationwide. Or you say you done with college and you ready for the pros? Well, you should download Scout Us Pro. It's a free app that links you with scouts, agents, and teams worldwide. Take control of your future today. Sign up to Scout Us College or download Scout Us Pro. Either way, it all benefits you. Now let's get back to the interview.
For sure, for sure. So if you guys don't know, when I started with overtime, it was a tryout. So I went trying to hoop there. I wanted to hoop. I got invited to try out. I put my whole summer into training to go hoop there. And then I didn't make the team. But God does everything for a reason. And I truly
Mm.
believe that happened for a reason. Because if I was playing there, it wouldn't have benefited me the way my situation is benefiting me right now. And so they offered me the content position. And basically what I do is a ton of stuff just like being a face for overtime. So whether that's broadcasting, whether that's doing the vibe cam at some of the games, I'll be at all the games interacting with, supporters, showing love, giving out some t-shirts. This summer we're going to be all around the country going to AAU tournaments, posting on a page called Overtime Life that I run. So basically that Overtime Life page is putting on underrated athletes and bringing life to the hoop or the underrated hoop scene. So doing that, traveling. We have a series right now on Overtime's page called Underrated Hoopers. And basically we're going around and showcasing, some of the most underrated guys who deserve some love. So we did this guy named Connor Spradley up in Brooklyn, and a great player. He dropped 77 points in
shout out to Connor, man.
Yeah, shout out to Connor. Tons of people talking about it, but like he's not getting a crazy amount of love for it. You know what I'm saying? He still was at 7,000 followers after that, probably. So we went up there, did a show on him, trying to show his story, really, show all that. We got to go to my hometown, Colorado, go see this team called Rangeview play and put some spotlight on them. So that's really what my main job at Overtime, that I came in and I presented to them. I was like, I was an underrated hooper. And I want to put light on these guys who are my friend. I'm part of this community of underrated guys. In an underrated community, everyone knows everyone. And it's a lot of people who deserve a lot more love. And so I came to Overtime with this idea. Let's show light to these guys. Let's give them some love, and they loved it. So they gave me my own show on the YouTube channel. They gave me my own page to run to show love. And big shout out to Overtime for doing that, because that's
big
huge
shout out.
Community, huge for the hoop community. But that's what I do over there.
Okay, so that pushes us to our next segment. It's called Brainwash to Think Elite. And Brainwash to Think Elite, we talk about having an elite mind and getting over challenges. You talk about being an underdog, being underrated. So being underrated comes with challenges. It comes with some heat, some negative takes. You're a sensation and everyone loves you, but I'm sure you get some hate. So how do you handle some of that stuff? How do you handle the hate comments, or maybe the negative comments? Like you said, some of your teachers was telling you to go to college, get a job. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I think, at the beginning it really did mess with me, and I really, really cared a lot. And there's still comments where I'll care, I won't lie. I'm saying, I'm not gonna reply to them or post them on my story, but I might take a screenshot, put it on my private story, and go on a little rant about, a comment that I seen or something. But the main thing that really is keeps me, going and being able to get through any hate or any, type of people who try to put me down is the people I have around me. I live with two of my best friends,
circle important.
Tyrese,
Circle important.
And my dog 2K, he goes to U of A. He's a high jumper, but we talk every single day. I motivate him. He motivates me. He keeps me pushing. He always, anytime I'm slipping up, he's going to be on my head about it. Anytime that I'm tripping about something, he's going to talk life into me. My boy Mike, he's always there supporting me. My boy Say in Atlanta, he's pushing me always to do better. So, block the negativity out. All my friends at home, I just have this really, really deep community around me that I talk to every day. I call every day. I hang out with. I see them every day, and that's really the only people that I'm hearing it from. That's the only people that I'm gonna take comments and really, really listen to what they're saying. But anything outside of that, it's okay, you got your comments. You want to say this, you want to say that. But I have this deep, loving community around me that really cares about me, wants to see me win, is pushing me to do better. So it doesn't really matter what anyone else says when you have that community around you. It's the most important thing, to keep people around you that are going to make you better. And that's kind of why I really prioritize having good people around me, and not just keeping anybody around me to look cool, but really having people who care and really want to win with me.
No, that's very important. I always say that to anyone, even my family. Make sure you got the right people around you to push you, to motivate you, because that's the only thing to help you get there. You can't do everything by yourself, and you just can't do everything by yourself. So you got to make sure you got the right people. So I appreciate you telling people that. So make sure y'all guys understand your circle is just as important as your mindset. Another question for you. I know you're around basketball a lot. You started playing basketball at a young age. Do you ever miss it? Do you ever sit out there and you see these guys hoop or practice and be like, man, I know I could probably make one of these teams or one of these spots?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. A lot of the time I'll be at OT watching. I'm like, man, sometimes I do wish I was on that court when we're traveling around doing these series on some college guys and all that. I'm like, man, this could have been me. But I don't regret, like it's never a regret type of thing. But as a hooper, you always gonna miss hooping. But I stay involved in the game. Like I'm always going and playing pickup. We got a court in my backyard. We're always back there hooping 1v1s and stuff. So my life is still revolved around the game, and I'm like truly blessed to be able to have that. Because some people, they don't go play college sports, and now their life is like, what I'm saying? It doesn't have anything to do with the game of basketball. So
Mm.
I love that I get to stay around the game of basketball. I get to, what I'm saying, be in it, see it. And I really knew if I went and played college basketball, like I wasn't gonna, what I'm saying, I probably would have redshirted first year. I probably would have had to go JUCO. It would have been,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been a real hard grind, and nothing against any of that stuff. Like I got friends who are doing that right now, and they're gonna go do great things. But it's just a real long process, a real hard process, and it's like it's a mental battle, it's a huge
Yep.
mental battle. You got to really, really want it, and you got to really see that as your path. And like for me, I weighed my options. I really looked at it and I said, this is like the content creator lifestyle. And like as at the end of my senior year was coming out, I was talking to a few colleges and stuff, and I was looking at what I was doing. And like I just came back from Paris with Puma. We went out there for Breonna Stewart's
Good for
shoot.
you, bro. That's dope.
Yeah, and like this is like still like, I'm still in school. Like I missed a week of school to go do something like this and get paid to do something like that. And then like other brand deals are coming in. And I'm like, I could go to college and I'm not going to be able to do stuff like this. Like if I play on a college basketball team, I can't just get up and go to Paris or go to LA for a shoot and do this. And I'm not going to be able to expand the way that I want to expand. So I can
Mm.
either really go all in on this. And I just see with my content, I see my ceiling is like up here. I think I could be the biggest content creator of all time. Like I think eventually
Like that.
basketball stuff hits a ceiling. And I think even after that, I can expand and like become a lifestyle creator and just continue to grow. But like if I'm being 100% honest, like with the basketball stuff, I think there's a firm ceiling that, that maybe I do really
Yeah.
do college and I go play overseas, but like I know these NBA guys, what I'm saying? These NBA, it's a whole different level. And
It's
maybe,
definitely
you got to
levels.
believe in yourself, but I just see my content ceiling like is like a true, like, it's not like, I got to believe to achieve. It's like, no, I just have to do the right things, play the game right, play my cards right, and I'll actually be there opposed to like me want to go to the NBA. That's kind of like, I hope I hit a growth spurt. I hope I get a real big break. Like it's hope,
Mm-hmm.
hope, hope. It's like I can actually do it. Like I see what I need to do. It's a clear path. I can make it happen.
Man, you made an executive decision. You made an executive
I
decision
had
at a
to, I
young
had to, I
age.
had
I
to.
love that.
I do miss hoops though. I do miss hooping. I
Nah,
wish.
man. Listen, I'm older, bro, and I miss it sometimes, bro. I see the guys hooping. I'm like, nah, I can't do it though.
Yeah.
I blew my ACL out about 4 years ago. I can't do it, man.
That's
Yeah.
man. I'm
So yeah,
sorry to
you
hear that.
already know. You already know, man. So look, we got another segment called "Dap Me Up," right? So I'm gonna give you a question. If you feel me, if you with me, you agree with me. We just gonna go here because we virtual. We're gonna
Okay,
do you
okay.
on "Dap Me Up." All right. Steph Curry, best point guard of all time. Dap me up, my
Got,
man.
got,
I
got
saw
that.
that you guys got that you got some content together. How did that happen?
For sure, yeah. So there's this company called Plezzy. Shout out to Plezzy, greatest hydration drink out. I actually just finished the Plezzy after I went on my run this morning. So shout out
Mm-hmm.
to Plezzy. Make sure y'all check them out. But basically, they flew me out to San Francisco for a cool weekend. It was like an activation weekend, getting like in with the company since we all just signed a deal with the company. And to top the weekend, we got to train with Steph Curry's trainer and all that. But then to top the weekend off, they took us
Oh,
to a Warriors game. And then after the game, we're sitting there, they're like, all right, come on, guys. And then we go down into the suite, like in the back. We go through the tunnel, we go back into the suite. And then Steph Curry walks in. He's like, "Yo, what's up, y'all? Where's everybody from? Appreciate you guys being here with Plezzy because he's signed to Plezzy as well. So he was like, what I'm saying, really appreciate you guys. You know what I'm
tough.
saying, content for Plezzy, all that. We had to chop it up with him for like 45 minutes. It's like 10 of us in the room, and we just get to talk for like 45 minutes. He signed everyone's stuff, took pictures, just super cool dude. And then as he's walking out, I was like, hey, like, would you want to do a TikTok? And he was like, what's a TikTok? I show him the TikTok, and he's like, let's do it, bro. And so like we was like, all right, bet. And he was super cool about it. He was like, yo, like, let's find the perfect spot. He like we're walking through the hallway. We found the perfect spot to do the TikTok, like a ton of stuff. Like he was just amazing to work with. We did the TikTok real quick. He did a TikTok with my friend. And yeah, after that, you know what I'm saying? He left, but it was amazing to be able to do that with him, have that experience, actually get to talk to him and have it more than just meeting him. Like it wasn't just shaking his hand, taking a pic and like going on our day. Like really got to speak with him, pick his mind, get advice from him, talk to him for 45 minutes and then do this TikTok. And it was just truly a blessing. So shout out to Plezzy for bringing that opportunity my way. And shout out to Stephen Curry for doing something so beautiful like that.
Can you give us something that Stephen Curry told you as far as like advice or a gem that the young guys A young guy, one of these young guys can use.
The same like shot every time is one thing that him and his trainer was saying. But like the same, it's like the same thing every time. Every rep should be the same. And I remember I was at the training session that morning, and I was shooting like a little. Like, every shot was a little bit different. Whether it was my foot placement, whether it was like something that I was doing, like a hitch in my shot. But it's like consistency, 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 and then also breathing is actually very important. I didn't understand how important breathing is in basketball, but like you should have like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was out there, I don't know, I'm breathing
Are you
air
talking
like
about breathing when you're running or breathing when you're shooting?
everywhere when you running, when you on the court breathing, like you supposed to really have like a pattern to your breathing, like in like
Mm.
while you hooping, like you're supposed to like really like have like a pattern to your breathing, and it helps you stay, you know what I'm saying, more or have like better condition or whatever. But that's what his trainer was really preaching a lot. He was saying that. So those are two, you know what I'm saying, two gems that got from Steph himself. But
That's dope. That's
yeah.
dope. All right, so the next question. Prom Russell, excuse me, Prom Russell Westbrook over SGA. Dab me up.
Ooh,
Talk to me. Wait, what's the pushback? Talk to me.
I love Russ. Russ is one of my favorite NBA players of all time.
Uh
But SGA, dude,
huh.
SGA, dude. I gotta dab you on this still. Though. I
You
gotta
know what
dab.
that mean?
Yeah,
My man.
SGA still got stuff to prove.
That's
If
what
he
I'm
has, you know
saying.
what I'm saying, a few more years of doing what he's doing, it's 100% locked in. It's his. But as of right now, boy, Prime Russ was something different, man. I had the jerseys. I was the
We
biggest
talk about
OG.
4-time triple double MVP. Like I
Yeah.
love SGA. I think he's doing great. I hope to see him in that finals this year, taking the Oklahoma Thunder to the promised land again. But like you said, he still got more to prove. Still got more to prove.
Got more to prove. But I think he's gonna get there though. I do think he's gonna get there.
I mean, we might have to have another conversation in June then, man.
So
All right, so next question. 2010s over 2020s basketball. Dap me up.
yeah.
Ooh, I'm surprised. I thought the young guys going to say the 20s.
Bro, Heat LeBron, like Splash Bros, like
Uh-huh.
man, I missed that NBA. I missed that NBA. I remember watching a TikTok at it, and I was like, man, like that's crazy. This era is really about to like come to an end, and like these guys are really retiring. But that man, that
Facts.
2010s, man, amazing basketball, amazing
Yeah,
basketball.
bro. It was a different time, man. All of it. But we getting back to it. We just gotta get used to that new era. That's all. We gotta get
So,
used to that era.
so
All right, last segment, man. We can talk about the comments, man. And I went on your page. You went to New York at some point, right?
yo,
And and I read one of your comments, and one of the comments said, "Brooklyn is where it's at. Brooklyn has the best hoopers." Now, you a person who traveled a lot. You've been all over the place. You've Colorado, Atlanta, Vegas, LA, obviously New York. Where do you find the best hoopers? Who got the best hoopers out? What city?
I think here's so new. It would be New York. But the one thing with New York guys, they're chippy. They get to it. They play probably the best basketball, but the
Mm-hmm.
skill piece on top is like because like a lot of these guys, you know what I'm saying, they just train in the park. They go hard in the park. All that. There's not a lot
Facts.
of gyms too. I was talking to the coach at Jelly Fam, one of the OTE teams in New York, and he was just saying, you know what I'm saying, there's not a lot of gyms out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't always like a lot of these guys out there that can't just get in the gym, get on a shooting machine, do that. Like a lot of time you at the park really like you hoop and you get in buckets. And so it makes it a little bit harder to become like a really skilled shooter or really skilled, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a really skilled guy. So these guys are insanely skilled, but like there's a few like mechanics to it that are missing. But with that being said, I'm still giving it to Brooklyn. They're the
You
best.
gonna
They're
give
the
it to
best.
Brooklyn?
They
All
got
right,
the best.
fair enough.
They got
I,
the
I, I
best.
can't I can't argue it. I mean, I'm from Philly. I will kind of give you some pushback. I'm from Philly. I feel like Philly got the best hoopers. I mean, we a small city, and when you think about Philly versus New York, it's Philly versus New York, but New York got tons of boroughs. They got the Bronx, they got Brooklyn, they got Harlem, they got all those places. So you talk about one small city against those guys, and I think we up there top five city in of players produced to the NBA. So I'm
Okay. All right. See,
I'm
I didn't
sticking
know
with
that. I didn't
Philly.
know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I'm
I
stick.
never checked out Philly, so you're gonna have to send me some players in Philly to go check out, go do some stories on.
Yeah, I got you for sure, man. Let's definitely keep in touch. But man, let us know where we can find you. I mean, I already know where to find you. Let us know what you got coming up. What should we look out for?
For sure. Hey, y'all can find me on TikTok, Quincy with 4 Ys, Instagram, Quincy J Helsel. Make sure y'all check out that YouTube, Quincy with 4 Ys. We getting that started up, doing our thing over here. But man, coming up this summer, we got a lot of fun stuff. So anybody who wants to tap in, we're going on tour with True Height. We're going to a bunch of different cities, hosting big tryouts. We're doing big things, bringing out big creators. It's going to be
Hmm.
exciting. So we do these tryouts on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we play games. So it's fun. We've done some last year. We were in Phoenix, Miami, Denver, LA, Vegas, Atlanta. We traveled the whole nation. So we're traveling the whole nation again this summer. We're gonna be there with overtime. We are gonna be at AAU tournaments. We're gonna be giving out wristbands, t-shirts, doing stories on people, interacting, showing love. We're going to be covering you guys' games. So if you play AAU games this year, send me your schedule. I might pop out.
There
I
we
might come
go.
up with a little story on you, come record the game and do a little bit of work on you. So, you know what I'm saying? Keep grinding, hit my DM with your schedules, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna be at some of those games. But that's what we got coming up this spring, summer, and fall. It's exciting. It's a lot of big stuff. And we're gonna have to get to it.
Listen, Quincy, bro, I really appreciate you coming on. Appreciate the gems. Appreciate the stories. My goal is to make sure we get the young guys involved with telling their stories with the hopes that they can influence others and inspire others. So I think you drop some things in there that's going to help a lot of people. So
For
there you
sure.
have it, another interview for Scorer Society. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Scorer Society.